Is the Honorable Dr. Ndlozi?
Thank you very much, House Chairperson. Deputy President, again, the Minister has not paid attention to the gravity of what we are dealing with. The Minister came here and he spoke. Quite frankly, I don't know that the people of South Africa have confidence that the police are going to attack extortionists. There is no comprehensive crime prevention strategy. And until that happens, you're always going to run after the fact. After extortion has happened, you'll be running after people. What is your plan? What did you say today? You're going to work with provinces, you're signing agreements. That has been done before. You're going to work with CPFs and security companies. That has been done before. That's your strategy. You came here to tell us that. Extortionists find themselves and express themselves in four aspects. One, which is a long-standing practice in the clubs. And in the clubs, there is a strong phenomenon of security companies. You're going to work with which security companies? They are involved themselves in telling clubs that they must be employed or else they're going to have to be attacked in all forms of violence and be ran into the ground. It's very clear here in Cape Town. Very big and strong and violent security companies are the ones that are running the clubs and on the basis of a proper extortionist network. The construction mafia, the 30%ers, what are you going to do with them? There's nothing that has come out today as to what you're planning to do with the people who are extracting 30% and rendering the state literally dysfunctional at a local level. Cyberbullying. A lot of women are taken videos during sex and the men threaten, for an example, to expose those videos in order to keep them in relationships or to extort money from them. And there's a lot as well of extortionist tendencies within the cybercrime space. Finally, public institutions, hospitals, schools. We are told that Mercantile Hospital, one of the doctors was told that he must bring 50,000 protection fee or face violence. A male nurse at Tata School for the Blind and Deaf and his family were held at gunpoint on Tuesday. 2 armed men demanding 50% protection fee. Numerous businesses in Umtata. In recent weeks, Sasol Garage on the main road was closed. People are demanding protection fee. In everything that you have said today, I don't know that we are getting confidence. What do the people of South Africans want to hear? One, they don't want to hear that you don't know these criminals and you are saying the reports are not coming to the police stations. That is dishonest. By the way, you're the only people who don't know these criminals that are extorting communities. Only the police in South Africa are claiming ignorance. Our people know. And the reason the police are claiming ignorance is because the police are embedded. It's because correctional services is embedded. There are people who come from prison who are convicted of murder, who are transported outside, commit heinous violent crimes, murder and assassinations, come back into prisons. When you're looking for them and you're reporting them, police say those people have been arrested already. What is your strategy regarding these activities? You do not have. So what did you come here to Parliament to do? PRMT exercise. This government of National Ntoni Ntoni is not going to succeed if it is obsessed with media. You've got to have a comprehensive, concrete strategy that is based on the lived experience of our people to combat crime. Don't come here for a PR stance. You don't have a strategy yet, and it's Katsa. What must be done? Go and implant counterintelligence capabilities. We know these gangs, our people will tell you. 2, build internal state capacity. Let us do away with tenders. Tenders have crippled the local state. Many of those workers, let's insource them. Let the government build schools directly, build clinics directly. It will halve the crime of extortion in our country. The HODs in Ekurhuleni, in Tshwane, in Johannesburg, withhold payments of contractors. Some of them are crippling black businesses. They must get bribed or they don't get paid. Arrest these administrators. Let us see you raid the administration to disarticulate it from extortion. Finally, please use digital and AI technologies. Implant cops with crime and GPS so that you know where the cops are, who they are talking with, who they are seeing
Honourable
at all
Member,
material times.
your time
That
is
you
now
can speak about the
expired.
crime strategy, not a PR exercise you came here to perform.
The next speaker is the Honourable Tebekulu.
Thank you, Chairperson or members. Extortion has recently gripped the social consciousness of South Africans, becoming increasingly pervasive and organized. In a challenging economic climate, extortion contributes to rising unemployment, as seen in the recent closure of private hospital facilities in Mthatha, Wazakele. Accordingly, it imposes an extra financial burden on citizens who are forced to bear increased transport costs. Business owners across various industries are constantly balancing their aspiration with a pervasive sense of fear. The fees extorted by these criminals never appear in the accounting records. From the closure of Bear Hall in Long Street to the death of a 64-year-old vendor in Wallace Ndini, Kraaifontein, the message is unmistakably comply or suffer the consequences. It is crucial to recognize that a climate of fear among community members and victims is fundamental to the success of extortion. It is impossible to quantify the way in which extortion hinders economic growth and development. However, the psychological impact on victims remains immeasurable. The infrastructure for operating business in South Africa belongs to the democratic state. This is supported by the fact that South African Revenue Services, as an organ of state, is mandated to collect revenue. The act of extortion undermines the rule of law, or as the global initiative observed, that extortion aims to control some aspects of economic, social, political life and squeezes out or supplement legitimate forms of government. Furthermore, it is important to note that extortion helps sustain criminal governance. This pervasive fear is linked to the fact that extortion is difficult, if not impossible, to prosecute collectively. Therefore, addressing this crisis necessitates a collective approach, I must say. Put differently, working together, sharing information that helps build effective strategies that benefit the collective community that is exposed to extortion. New approaches to intelligent policing are needed to address this phenomenon. However, the first step is to allocate the necessary resources, provide thorough training, and better equip police officers to effectively handle violent confrontation. I must say, Honourable Chairperson, lezi zinkomba zokuthi lelizwe kwathi akona i-Banana Republic kodwa njengamanje sibona libheke weni okukhomba ukuthi impela liya ekuthenini kube i-Banana Republic ngezenzo ezenzakala phambi kwamehlo ababusi kodwa kube kuncane abakwenzayo ukubhekana ney'nselelo. Uyadabukisa khona ukusho ukuthi ukungabibikho kwe-intelligence emaphoyiseni ezwe lethu ikhona kakhulukazi okuyimbangela ukuthi kwenzeke lezi zinto njalo sisukuma sekonakele bese siyobopha asikwazi ukubuka izinto zingakenzeki ukuze siyinqande sivikele isizwe sivikele amabhizinisi ethu sivikele nezwe lakithi ekuthenini lithathwe izigilamkhuba njengamanjena ezimatasa lapho kufaka ingxenye yamaphoyisa athile kufaka ingxenye yombutho wamasosha athile ayingxenye yokwelekelela ukungcola phakathi kwezwe lethu. Hlonishwa yoba kuhle uhulumeni wethu asukume.
Honourable Member, your time is now expired. Thank you.